Hello guys, I'm back in this channel. It's been a while since I actually posted anything on this channel, but today, after like 1 year, 2 years, I just felt like doing it again. Okay, first, if you don't know me, my name is Sigit. I'm an Indonesian based in Singapore, so I'm a product designer. I've been living here for close to 10 years now. I'm working as a UX designer in different companies. And yeah, I started this channel basically to experiment with talking about design topics, interviewing people and all that. But I guess now it's mostly about like my personal outlet, I guess. In the age of AI, when you can easily write something, start something on ChatGPT, it leaves a little room for authenticity. And I feel like having a video like this actually will bring authenticity a little bit more. Unless at some point I can do like totally AI powered video, I'm not sure. But to be honest with you, this is real. Okay. Okay, long story short, life update. So this year in February 2025, I was laid off again after spending like close to 4 years at TripAdvisor here in Singapore. It's my second layoff. I thought it's gonna be less painful after the first one, but actually, to be honest, it's more painful. So this is a story about what happened during and after the layoff to this point. So it's been like maybe 5 months now. And also what I learned along the way, getting hired or trying to get hired in this terrible job market in 2025. Obviously, it wasn't easy. It still is not easy. But if you're going through something similar, I feel you. So please keep your heads up, and hopefully what I can share today hopefully can help you along the way. Okay? So basically, when it first happened in February 5th, 2025, I was just woken up. I woke up at early morning always because my kid goes to school like 6 a.m. in the morning, and then I saw these chatters on Slack about what happened in the U.S. headquarters. So basically, they were laying off people. But little did I know, the same day they were laying off people in Asia Pacific office in Singapore, and also in some other parts of Asia. And I was impacted. So within like 4 or 5 hours since I woke up that day, I lost my job already. So when it first happened, I felt strangely familiar about the whole situation because I've been there during COVID. I got laid off as well. But I couldn't help like still feeling not knowing what to do next. So there's a lot of confusion, a lot of like emotional thing, damage, if you say. I wasn't really panicking, not yet at that day. I was just like trying to process what happened. I felt there's a huge emptiness in my mind and my heart and my body. It's like waking up in a world that no longer had a place for you. It is still strange for me. So what I immediately did that day, apart from all the the formal processes, document writing and all that, or just like connecting with the fellow ex-coworkers who were also impacted that day, I kind of like took some time with my family and then with myself in particular, thinking about what to do next. So the day after I processed initially everything, I started to post on LinkedIn, right? And basically the first post was like, "Hey, I just got laid off and all that." Stupidly or naively, I was thanking the company. Like, why would I thank a company who laid me off, right? It's just I don't owe them anything, right? But I mean, I did like naively. So I decided to kind of like post almost every day for the next 30 days after that. I wasn't really trying to like, seek attention or maybe like ask for jobs outright to people on LinkedIn, because I know I've never been like really that active on LinkedIn, or maybe like not that active connecting with people on my network. I want friends, I want company, I want maybe a sense of like validation, even. I know it's not like always good, but I thought like, okay, I just write whatever the outcome was. I think I felt lost and I wanted to be found again in a way. So yeah, surprisingly, it helped. Like I chronicled my daily update, start applying for jobs right away. I know some people find it a mistake, but I did. And then I started like connecting with people I wanted to have a coffee with. So I chronicled those meetings and those feelings, primarily like what I felt along the way, right? And surprisingly, it helped. People reached out, like even though they couldn't help concretely, they just, hey Sigit, I resonate with you. I've been there, or maybe like I want to help you, but I don't know how. But still, it helped me a lot. So thank you for all those who reached out to me. It's a big lesson. So if it reminds me that when I speak honestly, people show up and they will resonate with you. If you share your vulnerability, people will appreciate it. It's not like a losing game. Like it's not cringe at all times. Maybe it will be cringe at some time, but like it's okay to be sad, to share your vulnerability, and yeah, you might be surprised like how people receive it. I did that 30-day post, I think. I didn't like put a deadline like 30 days I'm gonna post it and then I will end it. But it just happened like after 30 days I didn't post as much. And I believe I didn't post like every day, but more frequently I think than I thought. But behind the post, I think there's like a personal processing that happens in my mind and my heart, and my wife is the core witness to this. I broke down a lot every day, every night. I woke up at random hours, every 1 or 2 hours, and then just kind of like my heart pumping, and then sometimes I cried, and just like just imagining what would happen, like what are the bad things that would happen. I kept doom scrolling on LinkedIn, trying to get a sense of like what people are doing, and I saw all these like AI posts that were more fear mongering than like encouraging, like, hey, Sigit, you will never be working again, you will be replaced totally by AI, UX is dead. No one's hiring, or maybe if you don't get into this bandwagon you will just be left behind, and like there's no place for you in this world. But strangely, I couldn't stop reading and I couldn't stop scrolling. It was like watching my own career like fall in front of me. And at the same time, I'm thinking about like sustenance, like how I move forward to sustain my family. Do we stay in Singapore or do we go back to Indonesia? I'm a Singapore permanent resident, but yeah, it's technically like it's easy for me to start a new job, but the hardest part is to find the new job. What's the use of Singapore permanent residency if you like the job market is tough, and right? And also when I saw like my ex coworkers, or maybe like the ex leadership in my previous company posting about like, hey, we are launching this, or we are like very optimistic about the outlook after laying off like hundreds and thousands of people, I felt that's just like it stings, it I feel like it's not ethical to do that. But anyway, I try to be optimistic. I try to like, yeah, it's a wave. So sometimes I felt like I'm lost. Sometimes I feel like I'm found again. So my wife actually helped me a lot during that process, or during that time. So after all that stuff, I mean, concurrently, actually, I told you that I was applying for jobs right away, and then some jobs actually led to interviews, if not all. So I think I considered myself lucky that I got interview opportunities almost right away. I reconnected with people from the past who actually tried to offer me a job. I feel like I regretted not, kind of like accepting that invitation before. I thought I was too comfortable at TripAdvisor, but yeah, it turns out to be wrong. But anyway, went into interviewing right away. Like most of the initial screening went really smoothly and really positively. Like they had good vibes, and oh, okay, I don't think I'm gonna be left out. Anyway, at least what I thought. So I aim high, right? I applied for like design manager position, heads of design position, or maybe like principal designer position. But nah, I think in the end, the higher you go, I think the more specific the requirement is, and it's not always like objective. It's mostly like cultural fit to the company, or even worse, it's more cultural fit into the manager or the team. Every single company had a different point of view of like what a design manager or design director or like the IC, higher IC role should entail, right? So immediately I knew it's not going to be like as smooth as I thought. Even with my 16 or 17 years of experience, I felt like I didn't learn anything from TripAdvisor of like my previous companies. Like I felt like, yeah, I was lost. Should I go back to junior again? Should I go back to interning again? Because I felt like during my portfolio reviews, everything was not on par with what they're expecting. And a lot of like this design manager position or like higher IC position, they eventually like offered me a lower position. Like, hey, I don't think you match for this higher position. Would you want like a junior or like a senior one? Anyway, I still was thankful about that actually, but so I continued on. So specifically about portfolio reviews, right? I've not been doing this for comprehensively at least for I think 3 years. Even in the past, sometimes it went very easily. So it's the first time that I found challenge doing portfolio reviews with hiring managers and hiring teams and trying to pass. It nearly broke me down. So basically, every company wanted something different. Some companies wanted craft, some companies wanted business acumen, some companies want technical knowledge, some companies want end to end. Most of companies actually want end to end. And some companies, even though they knew I was primarily from B2C side of thing, they still interviewed me for B2B position. And then they kind of like challenged me, how would you adapt to B2B from B2C? Because B2C, based on your portfolio, is too small of a scope. It's too easy for a scope. Our product is so complex. Like, I'm reading the line here, like they were saying like maybe you wouldn't be able to cope with this. So, and yeah, this tongue basically is like after like spending so much time preparing my portfolio, presenting it, till it failed. And I know it's maybe largely or partially it's on me because I haven't really interviewed for a long time, and then maybe I lost a bit of sense of interviewing skill. I couldn't like tell a story. Yeah, you can like sort of like criticize and find loopholes in however I do it. But I felt like a bit of clarity and transparency maybe went a long way. Like for example, I was interviewing for this manager position, and then when I presented my portfolio, yes, it was an IC kind of portfolio, but I thought the first part of the interview was more of a craft thing, and then the second part will be more of a leadership thing. So, and they mentioned like, hey, you are more geared towards an IC because your portfolio speaks more of an IC than like a manager. It will be helpful if they actually try to be transparent about it in the first place. Like, hey, can you showcase this and this? This is what we want to see. So yeah, I think it felt like a game where I didn't know the rule. I felt like really clueless. It's like a guessing game basically. It's terrible. So, if portfolio review was something of like a way to gauge your past, right? Your past performance, your history, I found savior in other things. So basically, a few of the companies did design challenge. Basically, it's a take-home task where they would give you a design problem and then ask you to design a solution for it. So I found this is more useful for me. I wasn't really keen on doing it in the past because I felt like if I do something for a company before I join, they should pay me at least a few $100 for my hours of doing it. Who have time to do all this while they're working, right? Like, why are you taking my time of it? Like, you should like be paying me. But then I realized at this point, it's the only way I could demonstrate what I can do. So basically, whatever context and problem you have, how can I actually do something about it? And you will know my thought process real time, right? One of these actually landed me an offer. I think I appreciate it more and more. I just wish that they paid me. Maybe it should be a combination of, you know, portfolio review and design challenge, or maybe like just one of them. But if you're judging someone from their past, maybe instead of like purely judging someone from the context of the past, try to evaluate someone for their potential. So here's the thing, right? This is an employer's market, meaning that there's not a lot of jobs out there, or maybe there's plenty of jobs, but there's way more candidates. It feels harder. And once you get the job, sometimes they will be upper handing you in a way, or maybe lowball you like, hey, this is the salary we're gonna get you. It's like 40% less of your previous one. Take it or leave it, right? And they know because in this situation it's more of like a desperate kind of situation and people want to get a job no matter what. So I feel like okay, I think this time it will work, but I just think about like the future when the job market flips, right? So maybe it's gonna be like employee market again, and then your best employee who pay under market, they will immediately look for something better. So I would recommend that companies to try to compensate fairly as of the market rate, because it will, yeah, pay the baseline, and try to respect your individual contributors and all the people that you employ, because in the end they will give you leverage in the long run. So yeah, thanks for listening up to this point. Some of the things that I've learned, right? So I'm gonna like summarize everything here. I've got a lot of rejections, even after spending 5, 6 rounds of interviews, and then they still reject me. Even if the first stage of the interviews was really positive in vibe, it can go down really quickly, and you will lose your job, and you will lose like the opportunity anytime. But yeah, rejections can be messy. I feel it, but sometimes or maybe often it's not about us. Maybe the system is broken. And then posting online, LinkedIn, whatever, maybe video like this helped me feel less alone, and it opened doors that I didn't expect. So thank you for all who actually wanted to talk to me. And then don't take AI posts very seriously. I think some people really utilize it to fear monger. I mean, it's not really useful for everyone. I think they should be encouraging people to use it more like in a more positive way, instead of like, you know, hey, you will lose your job, or like, this is my time, this is not your time, kind of thing. Design leadership hiring or design management hiring is more political than it is more objective. So you have to make sure that you find the best team or the best people that you want to work with. Portfolio reviews are guessing game. It doesn't reflect 100%. So if you have a design challenge, I think it could be your potential. I'm not saying that it should be the norm, but if you feel like it will benefit you more, do the design challenge. And finally, know your worth. Maybe today is not your time, but in a couple of months, couple of years, once everything gets better, you should definitely look for something better. Okay, for those of you still looking, good luck, and please keep your heads up. Thank you. Bye bye.